The criticism of a white actor playing Michael Jackson has been heard and finally has had an effect. But first, Thicke and Paula Patton are headed to a custody battle as she accuses him of physically abusing their son. Thicke is being investigated by the LA Department of Child and Family Services as he's accused of physical abuse for spanking his 6-year-old son, Julian. However, a judge just denied Patton's request to limit Thicke's joint custody of Julian. Here's what's going on. Julian reportedly told school officials that Thicke had spanked him more than once. The school allegedly reported that to the Department of Child and Family Services. When she learned of this, Patton reportedly cut off Thicke's access to their son and filed an emergency order to restrict his time with Julian to monitored visits only, which, as we just told you, has been denied. In court documents, Thicke declares he is innocent of any wrongdoing, saying, quote, "On a very rare occasion, only as a last resort, I will use light spanking, but it is consistent with the law, open hand on the butt. This is the type of discipline to which Paula and I agreed during our marriage." Thicke goes on to claim Patton is taking this matter to court as a way of getting back at him because he wouldn't let her attend the funeral of his father, Alan Thicke, who died suddenly last month. He says, quote, "Paula did not have a positive relationship with my father and often made negative comments to me about him. As such, she was not welcome at his funeral." He claims she only wanted to attend for public exposure. The LA DCFS investigation continues.
I sensed the danger. He always has such keen senses.
This portrayal of Michael Jackson will not be airing after all. British channel Sky Arts has pulled the episode of Urban Myths that features a parody of Michael Jackson, played by a white actor, Joseph Fiennes. They made the decision after Jackson's daughter Paris called the trailer footage incredibly offensive. Sky Arts said in a statement that they never intended to cause any offense. Kim Kardashian looking calm and relaxed as she arrives in her hotel in Dubai ahead of her first public appearance since being robbed at gunpoint in Paris last October. And some of that chill vibe may have to do with the fact that French police now have officially charged 4 people in connection with the armed heist. A 63-year-old suspect was charged with armed robbery in an organized gang, kidnapping, and criminal association. A second 44-year-old suspect faces complicity charges in the robbery and kidnapping, as well as criminal association charges. A third, who is 64 years old, is charged with handling stolen goods and criminal association. Those 3 all remain in detention. A fourth suspect, who just happens to be the 27-year-old brother of Kardashian's Paris limo driver, is facing charges of conspiracy in the robbery, kidnapping, and criminal association, but has been released while remaining under judicial control. These are the first charges laid in the case. 6 others remain in custody and could be charged today.
Even if you win today's battle, there's so much violence in what you do.
Ben Affleck explores crime in his new gangster epic, which he wrote, directed, produced, and stars in as Joe, the criminal protagonist in the underworld drama. Here's part 3 of Terry's chat with his co-stars.
Here's what I love about this genre so much, Zoe, is that the women are always the linchpin. They're the ones that make the story go.
Yes. Well, because Joe, I think that his weakness is love and trying to find kindred spirits and all these nocturnal, illegal outlaws around him, that he's meeting these women that are just a little cray-cray sometimes.
We do what we want to do. We go where we want to go.
And my part specifically, I loved playing her.
She is a wild one.
Yeah.
How much did you love her costumes?
Her costumes were the greatest things of all time. They were vintage originals, so unfortunately I couldn't pilcher them, but I did think about it.
Live by Night hits theaters today, and as always, you can get your entertainment news here first in the morning and anytime on Twitter @IntCity.